I'm Gigi, an ex-Amazon senior leader and bar raiser here at Day One Careers. So in this video, I'm going to cover Amazon interview follow-up questions and specifically why they're asked and what they might be. Before we start, I do just want to remind you to stay on until the end when I will be giving you an incredible freebie that will help you to nail your Amazon interview. Candidates ask us all of the time for information on what follow-up questions they are likely to get. They want to prepare for them ahead of time, clearly. But to be able to answer this, it is important to start with why you're actually being asked follow-up questions. So Amazon interview follow-up questions and why they ask them. Well, there are essentially two reasons. The first is the objective of your Amazon interviewer when they meet you is to gather as much evidence as they can on how you've behaved in your career history as it pertains to the leadership principle that they have been assigned. Now that means that as much as it's your responsibility to tell the Amazon interviewer the right stuff, it is equally their responsibility to drag it out of you. And the only way they can do that, if they feel you aren't giving them enough data spontaneously, is to ask you very specific follow-up questions, the answers to which they hope will draw out more evidence that relates to their targeted leadership principle. The second reason they may ask follow-up questions is to understand and test your functional skills for the role. Now, you may say something that I know relates to a functional decision, a method, a process, and they want to kind of probe and press the flesh on your thinking and on your knowledge. So why does that help you understand what follow-up questions they'll ask? Well, if you follow that logic and the conclusion you will see is that the questions that they'll ask are actually completely determined by what you do and don't say. Therefore, it is impossible for me or anyone else to advise you on what follow-up questions you'll be asked, unless, of course, we hear your actual responses to the actual question asked. Now, that's not to say that in their original training, which is called Making Great Hiring Decisions, that interviewers aren't given some guidance on possible follow-up questions. But to be honest with you, those really do quickly fall by the wayside once you're actually listening to a specific answer. Now, just because I have said that no one else can predict what follow-up questions you'll get, that doesn't mean you can't predict what follow-up questions you'll get, or at least try. So here is my advice on how you can go about doing that. So look back over your stories and ask yourself, if someone shared those with you, what follow-up questions would you ask if you were looking for 1, behaviors from the particular LP, or 2, functional knowledge and skills. You can even share your examples with maybe someone else and ask them to do the same exercise. But after you turn off this video, please do not waste any more time trawling through the web for answers to this question. You won't find them, or if you do, they actually won't really be very accurate for all of the reasons I have just described. So if you found that video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up so that other candidates can find it, and or drop me a comment. Now, what you need to do is click the link here to claim your free Day One Careers Customer Obsession Taster course. Watch that and you'll nail every customer obsession question asked of you in your Amazon interview. Or if you want to do that a little bit later, why don't you check out more here of our incredible insights and advice on Amazon interview preparation.